So now I have a chance to actually give you the time that you need. I can listen to the details. I can listen to where your areas of concern are and focus on them with you. As an EMT, you don't get that time to spend with them one-on-one sometimes because you have multiple patients or you have to get to the next call.
Welcome back to the Injury Post podcast. I'm attorney Steve DeBonis, privileged to be joined today by Melissa Cordi of Methods Therapeutic Massage and Bodywork in our backyard here in Yardley, Pennsylvania. Melissa brings a unique perspective to injury recovery. She's not only a licensed massage therapist, but also a former EMT. That means she's seen injuries from both sides, the immediate aftermath of trauma and the long road to recovery that follows. Today, we're going to talk about how therapeutic massage fits into injury care, what people often overlook after accidents, and ultimately how proper treatment can make a real difference in long-term outcomes and overall health. Melissa, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. So we'll jump right into this. So talk to us a little bit about how you go from EMT to say, I want to be a massage therapist and I want to open up my own shop. How does that transition happen, or how does it look? I presume you're not giving massages to individuals that are harmed after a motor vehicle accident or after a trauma event. So how does one shift that role and say, hey, this is something I'm really passionate about?
Well, it all really started with being an EMT, and then I dabbed in a little bit with nursing school. I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. I wanted a way that I could actually still help patients, clients. So in a more perspective way, I can kind of help them in a more happier time. Being an EMT is stressful. It's sad for some people. So this is a more happier time.
So how long did that transition look where you're like, hey, this EMT was fun, but this chapter of my life is over. It's time for me to move on to a new chapter and be a therapist, massage therapist?
I was an EMT for 25 years, and to become a licensed massage therapist takes about 2 years. So
talk to me a little bit about that certification or training or process of becoming certified. A lot of us take for granted, we see all these massage therapists pop up and we all see all these entities, but we don't really know behind the scenes what work is involved in ultimately getting to that.
Well, there's a lot that goes involved in that. You do have to go to school. You do have to be certified. There's so many hours you need to complete before you sit for your test. In the state of Pennsylvania, it's 600 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, it's a lot.
That is a lot. And what is some things in the class? Is it methodology? Because I know selfishly, I've had massages from your business, 5 stars, obviously. We can talk at length about how great it is. But understanding it's not just putting hands on people and finding pressure points. I can say in my line of work, or at least just my personal life, I've had people who are really good at massages and people who just, you're waiting for it to get over. You're not relaxed. So what would you say defines you as a massage therapist that makes you kind of different from everybody else who's out there?
Well, I take the time and I listen to you. I listen to your areas of concern. Every session is different. You're going to come in, you're going to explain to me areas of concern. We're going to take that information. You and I both will decide how the session will go. Every session's going to be different. You may have a time where you want a little bit lighter pressure. You want just your feet, just your face, whatever it may be. Not every session's the same. It's going to be different. And it needs to be the way that is best for you.
And I know, and I'm going to pull from the website and things through my experience to inform our viewers and listeners, but it's not just what I'm learning with massage therapy. It's not just hands anymore. There's a lot of things that go in with it, in a sense of the ambiance, the environment, the oils, even the technique, what you're doing with your hands, or even the lotions that are used. But there's also props and objects, and
yes.
and I'm probably mislabeling them in regards of what they're called. But even when I come to your shop and I'm going through my experience, I'm always seeing like, okay, there's bamboo sticks and there's all these different things. What would you say in your line of work in this geographical area are like the top 3 kind of things that people come in and they want done in regards to if it's hard tissue or hard pressure or bamboo, or I know that there's hot stones as well.
Yes.
What is like a new flair? Is it more so like it's just the flavor of the week, or are there things that have to stand the test of time, or what are you kind of seeing in your?
Everybody's different. Some people may want cupping. Some people may want the Himalayan salt stones. And you did mention the warm bamboo sticks.
I did.
We also have gua sha,
Okay.
which is literally, it's a stone that we will take and we will move your skin. So it really depends on what you feel you may need. Everybody's different. You may today want the warm bamboo sticks, especially in this cold weather. Tomorrow you may want, the gua sha to get into a little bit deeper pressure.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but is there we were talking off screen a little bit about like a bartender, their favorite drink and their worst. And I know your personality, so I know that you would never do this, but I'm going to ask anyway. Is there one where you see where like a booking comes in or you have a client and you're like, oh crap, I have to do that method. I'm not excited about that one, or that's not the one that I like, or you see somebody book something else, you're like, that's the one. I love doing that technique. I'm all about this one because I feel that I am more more of an expert and more of a comfortable than I am with per se a different technique.
Well, not only am I a licensed massage therapist, but I'm also a reflexologist.
Okay.
So reflexology is 1 hour in our studio, just your feet.
Okay. And what's the difference? So not getting too much off topic, we're taking some twists and turns. What's the difference between massage therapy at its simplest form for people out there unfamiliar with it, myself included, and reflexology?
So reflexology special is just your feet,
Okay.
1 hour. But that 1 hour, I'm focused on your feet, pressure points throughout your whole entire body. It works all systems of your body. So you may have an issue with your lower back. You may have an issue with your intestines. I can kind of feel that and kind of help you along. You may have a headache. You may have sinusitis right now. All that can be helped by me just touching.
And that's all done through feet.
Correct.
My mind blows. So flipping, is there something, so you talked a little bit about reflexology. Do you prefer reflexology? Is that something that you like to do?
It is one of my favorite things to do because I can inform you of the different things that are going on. You may or may not know. So it might be a little educational lesson for you while you're there. I know it's a little surprising.
No, it is. So outside of reflexology, you talked a little about the Himalayan salts, and you talked about the one technique that I'm not even going to begin to try to pronounce, that I will butcher it, that you're moving the skin. What is ultimately the objective of those Himalayan salt? You would think like I would be dehydrated with salt, or just at least in my mind. What is the benefit of the Himalayan salt and ultimately that technique where you're moving the skin? What is your goal in that session?
So with the Himalayan salt stones, it does help. It detoxifies you, rebalances you, and yes, you will need to drink more water. But it's also going to help get toxins out of your body in a different way. It also helps the different pressure. It's just a different modality that I could offer for you.
And what do you say to the naysayers who are like, you're full of crap, Melissa. This isn't doing anything. You're just trying to upsell me. And you've never done that to me. I will say that again. But it's more so like you're just trying to add on these extra things and all these other things. Is this stuff rooted in literature? Is this stuff that you know off the top of your head that is scientifically proven, that kind of show that Himalayan salt or consistency with massages or cupping have benefits? I know pulling on cupping, one of the biggest stars, LeBron James, as well as just NBA stars, you always see it when they have their uniform on because of the way it's cut. You see it up on their shoulders. Talk to me a little bit about the scientific literature that kind of backs this and supports it.
It is there. I mean, that's why we are taught these different modalities. It goes way back to, the old school, the Chinese medicine and Western medicine and all different techniques. Everybody's different. I may start something, you may not like it, we stop. I'll never force anything on you. I need you to be relaxed and comfortable in order for anything to work.
So let's jump back a little bit before we get too much in the weeds of this and talk a little bit about the EMT reality check, I'll call it. So when you show up as an EMT, how often do people say, I'm fine and I'm okay, I don't need to go to the hospital? And you knew just by looking at them, looking at their body, looking at their reactions, that they were not okay and they were going to feel that the next day.
This does happen many times. I've seen it, but unfortunately, if the patient is conscious, alert, and oriented times 4, we can't force anybody to go anywhere. We can recommend it, but you can't force it at that point. So it has happened, and I can tell them I wish them nothing but the best.
And it's interesting now because you kind of see that dynamic where EMT is almost an immediate, obviously as a first responder, you're seeing it firsthand, you're evaluating, you're making decisions, but then ultimately now you've kind of flipped that on its head and you're seeing down the pipe, down the river. what's the most dangerous thing that people say at accident scenes that you may recall besides the "I'm fine" that you still hear echoed months later in your massage room when they're coming to you and trying to turn the page of that chronic pain and kind of get their reset and reboot?
They don't think that this could happen to them. I mean, that's a reality for anybody. You don't think that you're going to get injured. You don't think that this could happen to me. And then you don't realize how bad that injury really is once you come in for treatment.
And what were some things that you would observe at least the EMT scene that you were like, you know what, this person's saying that they're okay, but they're going to struggle long after everybody else went home?
I mean, from car accidents to, an injury, it really just depends on the actual person. I wish them treatment, to get the help that they need. With anything, you may not realize that you're hurt. And then a day or two later, you realize I have some pain and now I need to find the help that I need.
Did you bring anything from your EMT experience in regards of did it change how you listen to people? I mean, obviously you mentioned a lot of things. Their vitals are good. They're alert. They're conscious. You do the Glasgow scale and you kind of go through that criterion. You're not doing that in the massage, in the massage field. Is there anything that you've kind of taken and applied it into your business in regards to giving people massages and listening to how they receive pain from the time that you were an EMT?
So now I have a chance to actually give you the time that you need. I can listen to the details. I can listen to where your areas of concern are and focus on them with you. As an EMT, you don't get that time to spend with them one-on-one sometimes because you have multiple patients or you have to get to the next call.
And in your massage therapy business, and you see a lot of people, walks of life, people come in from, I presume, just routine maintenance, I'll call it, where they're just trying to keep their body moving and fight that aging process. And then you have people who come with chronic pain. Do most people come in frustrated already with just the process of healing, or are you realizing people coming in hopeful or kind of open-minded? Because I see it both ways, where if an individual is coming in for massage therapy, they're told everything looks good, but they're still feeling that pain and things aren't working as they expect.
Correct. It's both sides. They've struggled with their pain. They don't know where else to go. They don't know how to get it to go away or how to handle it. And I explain to them, and the more I can get you comfortable, the more I can get you relaxed, the more we can get you to feel better.
So fighting those first kind of thoughts of people come in, everybody has expectations of what massage therapy is. I know before my wife, thank you, Caitlin, found you and basically got me a gift certificate, which started this relationship and friendship. I was going to places like Spa Envy or Hand and Stone, and there's no knack to them. But when people hear massage in your field, what do they think they're getting at, and how wrong are they in the experiences? Just talking from contrasting of, I would consider your business a mom and pop shop because it's small business. It's owned and operated. It doesn't have that commercial flair to it. Talk to me a little bit in a sense of what people are wrong and how they're so wrong when they first hear that massage theory and that word and terminology.
We do take the time, both myself and my associate, to listen to you and to find your areas of concern and to make each and every session unique to how you feel that day. We are not like the average massage studios. We listen to you. We change that session to how you feel. It may not be the same. You may come in one time and it's one way. You may come in another time, it's another way. We check in on you. We ask you, how are you feeling? How's the pressure? Always make sure that you are comfortable and relaxed. If anything needs to be changed during the session, we change it.
And what are some things people are suggesting that they want change, and how does an experience really alter 180 based on your experience? What are the two bipolar opposites that you're seeing in what one client may want versus another?
Well, it may be you want it a little colder in there. You want it a little warmer in there. You want the music on. You want the music off. Whatever it may be. I have to have you comfortable once again in order to get you relaxed.
So the environment and creating that relaxation, what are some things that people may not experience elsewhere in other businesses that they're going to experience with yours? One of the things that you talked about is the music and temperature. that seems something that commonplace. But what is something that kind of makes you stand out in regards, besides you talked a little bit about the listening aspect of why your experience and why you're kind of head and shoulders above the rest?
We just listen to the clients and find out what they need the most. It may be moving the bolster, maybe moving the headrest. Whatever the client needs during that session, we give them.
So there's a stat that our off the cameraman Alex gave me to always work with. He's the stat man. He passes me a piece of paper as we're talking, and I open it up, but there's nothing here. So about 50 million Americans are injured each year, and a huge percentage never get treatment beyond the ER or urgent care. How many people are you seeing weekly that are coming to you because they're injured, not just from a wellness standpoint as it pertains to massage?
Oh, that could be a handful of clients any week may have any kind of injury, from, a recent injury to an old injury that they don't even know about. It's all about their pain, and we're there to help you release that pain.
And is there for like lower back pain, we'll start, because that's something that I see in our field a lot, is the neck and lower back pain. Is there something that is there a triaging or kind of suggestions? Because ultimately people are coming to you to seek relief. And while I think we both can agree, you're not a medical doctor, you also are evaluating them though, and trying to understand what's working and what isn't. If someone's coming in with neck and lower back pain, what are some things that you're suggesting in regards to pressure, in regards to the methodologies that we talked about, just to kind of help our listeners kind of understand? We're like, okay, this is why this experience is unique, because you're listening to me, but you're also suggesting things. I many times, I always say, and I think I've said this in many of our sessions, I'll defer to you. Like, I come in, I'm trying to dump my brain of any information. I want to relax. The only two things I really care about is the pressure, and ultimately that I am getting a nap in or something of the sort. Because if I'm falling asleep during a session, somebody's doing something right, and I'm in a relaxed mode, which happens 9 times out of 10 when I see you. So talked a little bit about if neck injury, lower back, what are you suggesting to individuals based on their threshold of pain?
So first of all, if we can get you to fall asleep, it's a compliment. So we thank you. With the lower back pain and the neck, we just kind of give a little bit of pressure, then go to the neck. Then it's kind of like a back and forth. You don't want to give too much. You don't want to give not enough. But you also don't want to focus all of my time completely to just that lower back or to just that neck. Going kind of back and forth, back and forth. We will always highly recommend lots of water before and after the session, just to keep you hydrated, of course. The muscles want the water. And to also either ice. You may want a heating pad, a nice warm bath with Epsom salt once again. All these things really do help. And following up if you need chiropractic care, stretching, and of course, taking that day to rest on your massage day.
So what are those, I'll call them the supplemental things that we can add on, in a sense of the salt and the stones? What are those doing if they're placed in certain areas, at the lower back or the neck? At what point in time would those be suggested versus just a regular traditional massage?
If for any reason our first session didn't go the way that you expected it to go, I could always recommend, would you like to try this? Would you like to try that? And we'll go from there. Sometimes the cupping will give you more pressure, go a little deeper than I personally can, or that you may not even want. And the gua sha, the same thing, kind of just breaks it down for us.
So talk to me a little bit about the cupping and ultimately what is the goal of cupping? Because I know I recently experienced at acupuncture, they did cupping and dragged it.
Yes.
And I was like,
it's a different kind of technique.
This is something that I've never experienced before. And it's almost like no pain, no gain. What is the objective of cupping from your standpoint? What are you trying to do besides, it literally feels like you're trying to rip out my muscle when at least I experience it.
So with cupping actually gives you more pressure than what we can give you. And you will have those marks. So your skin actually goes up inside the cup, and that's where that ring comes from, and that pressure. But you also want to keep in mind there's certain things that you should not do after having a cupping session. You don't want a jacuzzi, you don't want a hot tub, all these things because it kind of takes away from what we just did. But it will break it down for us, as opposed to me giving you all of my pressure. It's just another modality we offer. So
in its simplest form, if I'm understanding correctly, is the reason that there sometimes is aching in our neck or lower back is because, as simply put, is tightness of those muscles, and it's almost an aching sensation. So therefore, the cupping in its simplest form is ultimately releasing the tightness and allowing your muscles to kind of breathe, per se.
Correct. But you'll also notice that those marks will be there anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. Some may be a little bit darker, and that's where the tightness was. Might be a little bit lighter, less of a mark.
For somebody who's I'm gonna say cash conscious and kind of looking at the longevity of something, what would you suggest to a client who wants to jump into this therapeutic world and gain the benefits of it, but times are tough? The economy is what it is right now, and they don't have the luxury or privilege or opportunity to get monthly massages. Is there something they can do at home? And is there a period where if I got a massage today, to maximize the benefit of it, what should I do until my next session? Is there a time period that is too long? Is a year too long? Is 5 months too long?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6
Okay.
weeks is what I normally recommend.
Okay.
I wouldn't wait any longer than that, because now we're back to consider our day one. I'm back to where you originally came in, and now all those injuries or pain or discomfort are now back. What I've released has come back.
And is that a time frame that you've observed over your time, or that's
Correct.
just so 6 weeks is I was an English major, so this is going to be, it's like a month and a half ish.
About that.
Okay, all right, because usually there's 4 weeks in a month, and then it's okay. So person wants to get involved in a therapeutic massage, and there is a arsenal of different things, and I keep going back to it because even I get confused. This is more so for my own selfish knowledge. There's Swedish massage, there's a deep tissue massage, there's a traditional massage. There's the stones, there's that word that I'm not saying, and there's many others. Just kind of walk us through the different, in its simplest form, traditional massage versus Swedish massage versus deep tissue, and basically understanding them, because I still think I understand it, but then I'm totally off when I have a conversation with a massage therapist. Like,
It really just depends on the client.
Okay.
It's how you feel that day. You do not feel the same way you did yesterday. Today might be a better day. Today might be a worse day.
so what is the goal of a Swedish massage?
So it really, once again, is how the pressure.
Okay.
It's the amount of pressure that we are giving you. You may want light pressure. You may want a little bit deeper pressure. It's how you feel that day. You may come in the next time I see you and it's really deep pressure, or you may sit there and say, can you just do some light pressure on my neck and shoulders? Okay. Whatever you feel that you may need that day, that's what we need to give you. That's what makes us stand out.
So if I was describing somebody a Swedish massage per se, or a deep tissue massage, are those the same thing, or are those different pressure points?
It's all about pressure.
Okay.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about Swedish massage pressure versus a deep tissue pressure.
It's just lighter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just lighter in that area of concern.
So what's the most extreme pressure we can get? Deep tissue?
Yes.
And then the lightest would be the Swedish?
Yes.
And traditional is somewhere in the middle? And then there's obviously all those other supplements in a sense of the stones and the bamboo. What is the bamboo ultimately doing?
So the bamboo sticks are actually warm, and
Okay.
it's another modality that we can get in there a little bit deeper. But we also do prenatal and lymphatic drainage. And there's a few other modalities that we offer.
So it's you and another individual, and how long have you been in business for?
October will be 6 years.
Okay, listen. And
Yes.
talk to us a little bit about why Yardley.
It's home.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Yardley Borough, and it just feels like home.
And what's one of the most misconceptions of massage therapy that you kind of feel is a stereotype?
Some people think it's just a luxury. It's not. It's more than that. It's life. It's a matter of just getting you to just relax, take that break for yourself. Once again, reset.
And is there any, through your experience, I'm sure you've heard the good, the bad, the ugly, in a sense of things that people who are trying to jump into therapeutic massage, and they might not be located in the Pennsylvania, New Jersey area and are able to come to you. But notwithstanding, what are some things that they should kind of, red flags that we always talk about on our podcast, red flags for attorneys or red flags for doctors or pain management? What is a red flag that you would say, 3 of them, to kind of advise individuals to say, like, if you're looking at a place that you're about to book something and they have this, you better cancel it. You better take your money. You better get out of Dodge.
Do your research. Check Facebook. Check the reviews. Look for those 5 stars, and follow up. And there's a lot of things on Facebook searching for massage therapists. Look at what people have to say. Make sure the place is clean. Make sure there's licensed. The licensure should be hanging on the wall.
And
That's the
what's that
requirement.
licensure look like? Is there a specific language for the Pennsylvania area that you're aware of?
So it's an actual picture of your license that's hanging on the wall.
Okay.
So just make sure the place is clean also.
Any other red flags that you can think of?
Well, you want to make sure that that therapist and you have a communication.
Okay.
So make sure that they can understand you and you can understand them.
And what about some green flags? So something that like, all right, that's the bee's knees. That's the creme de la creme.
Well, everybody's different. So every massage therapist is different. You may see me and be great. You may see another massage therapist that's also great. I have one that's right across the hall from me and we share clients. 1 month they'll see me, 1 month they'll see her. It's just the different techniques and different style that they do.
And if somebody wanted to get in touch with you or book a session with you, how would they go ahead and do that?
They can go to the website, which is methods.massagetherapy.com.
Okay.
And you can
Spell
follow-
as it sounds?
correct.
And is
you
there
can
a phone
also follow
number?
me on Facebook.
Is there a phone?
215-609-6496.
So this has been another great episode of Injury Pros. If you have any other suggestions on who you'd like to see or who you would like to talk to, let us know. Drop a comment, follow us, and listen on Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere else that you listen to your music. Take care, stay well, and thanks for joining us.